Hi there, it's Sousan here, and I wanted to make this video so that you can get a sense of the kinds of things that we'll be doing and just some of the locations where you're going to be providing information. First of all, just want to thank you all for your help with this, and very excited that we'll be working together. So this is the homepage of the Integrated Justice and Social Change Collaborative, and it has some events here, but we're going to try and change what this looks like by adding a calendar and adding a network directory, that kind of thing. It has home. You can look through this, our values. I know that you did because Dr. Delisle asked you to do this. Our work. So that's research and partnerships and some of the main things that we're going to try to be doing. Some news that's about Southern, but we are going to want to try and do news from other areas. The staff and contact information, which is going to change and become more diverse soon. This is a way to join our network, so these are a way to affiliate, become a member, or be a partner or a sponsor. And so that's that. Now, I created some forms that you can use to put your information in. So the first one here, the collaborative event intake form. If there's an event, you can click on this link in your email. It'll go to the event intake form and it'll ask, who are you? Who's filling this out? And then asking questions about the event. Is it in person or online, on both or both? What's the name, the dates, the location? Is an RSVP required? Are there other limits to attend? What's the link for the tickets or the RSVP? What's the name of the sponsoring organization? The contact information, the website, address information, zip code, and then this one here, a blurb or information about them. And you can just take some information off their website or their ticket or whatever it is, so that you can give an overview. And then if there are other key contacts that you can include, and then also if there are key words, like this one is about music, or it's about a certain type of ethnic group or race, African American or Haitian or something, you could just put in keywords. And if something is not, if you don't have anything there, these are all required, you can just type in not applicable. So that's something you can do. The other form is the organizations or people intake form, and it's exactly the same kind of thing. Who is it that's filling this out? And are you entering an organization or person? And you provide all the same kinds of information, including the blurb or information about them. So you do your best to fill that out, and that should be really good. I did want to talk a little bit about some of the ways that you might search, at least initially, like words that you could use, and I'm just going to put a bunch of them here, like social justice. It could be equity. It could be, equity and inclusion. I shouldn't put them all together. It could be social justice. It could be equity. It could be equity and inclusion, etc. It could be well, I don't know. You're going to have to think about different ways that you're searching. And if you wouldn't mind, it would be wonderful if you could mark down the search terms that you use, right? But anyway, let's look at social justice events in Connecticut in 2022. You'll get this. Now here's one. It's near Connecticut. It's in New York, so don't include those, right? And you can search more events, and they'll show up where you have some that are like in Westbrook or New Canaan, etc. We're interested in all kinds of social justice or equity-related events. And we are interested in all kinds of groups, and it's probably better for you to include more than less. If they're really, and we definitely want to know the dates. So that's social justice events there. Here's one, social justice events in Middletown, using Eventbrite, which is a kind of a ticket thing. So you look and see, here's like Melanated Marijuana Social Equity Conference and Networking Event. Well, it's about marijuana growing for black entrepreneurs. And so we can include that, I think. This is a book club, but it's in Sag Harbor, New York, so we probably don't want to do that. This one here is in Hartford, and so on. So we want to include, do your best to try and include things that you think belong to a calendar of social justice events that's broad and diverse, right? Here's a social justice conference at Conn College. Here's another calendar from the Connecticut librarians, and so on. And it may be that you just say, here's a calendar from the from the librarians, instead of writing down every single event. We can look at that a little later on. Here's YMCA has some events where it's standing against racism. So principles for inclusive and equitable civil engagement and transformative change. So that's happening. So try and just include some of these things. The Connecticut Forum, Fight for Racial Justice, and so on. NEA Conference, etc. All right, so that's that. Now, the other thing you might do is social justice organizations in Connecticut, right? And see, here's the Collaborative Center for Justice, Center for Leadership and Justice, National Conference for Community something something, Connecticut Anti-Racism and Social Justice Organization, Social Justice Resources from the William Casper Graustein Association. So anyway, these are ones that you probably would like to look at, and so on. So just do your best. I'm here at my phone, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead and call me or text me or email me, and I'll get back to you. And also, why don't you do, excuse me, I don't mean to yawn. Why don't you do a little bit of work and let me know when you've done, a couple of hours, and then let's all get together and talk about it and see how we can improve what we're doing, okay? Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Hope this video is helpful.